This is HPI's 24-hour Baja Endurance Challenge 2009. Europe's premier large-scale off-road event which sees the best RC Baja drivers and mechanics from across the continent do battle. Each team has already won at the highest level in their own country, so naturally, confidence is high.
We go for the win.
Good. We can battle for first place.
You think so?
Yes.
We are here to win.
We're going to be on TV now, so don't interrupt.
But the next 24 hours will decide.
Probably not going to sleep.
I don't want to change any spare parts.
And the pressure's on.
Killer, innit?
Who will cross the finish line and who will make it through the night?
Everything's changed.
With this year's challenge set in Germany's motorsport mecca Nürburgring, our teams soak up the heritage, both on the Nordschleife and where they're more at home, on the mud. And what better place to prepare our teams for the challenge than here at the Camp for Fun Off-Road Park.
To the floor.
Yeah.
To the floor.
To the floor.
Clinging to the inside of a full-scale Land Rover Discovery, equipped with ultra-low crawler gear cases, drivers can fine-tune their skills and quick reflexes. With our teams fully bonded and warmed up, it's back to the track for qualifiers and last-minute preparations. The qualifier took place over 1 hour, with the teams aiming to gain the fastest single lap.
See, we're just cleaning the car up after the qualifiers. Didn't have a brilliant qualifier.
Team UK 2 suffered in the wet conditions, with teams Germany 2 and 1 taking the top spots, followed by a very confident Slovenia in third position.
I think our team is very good prepared.
I think you have really good chances for the
Yes,
race,
because we have very good 6 drivers. They're driving very carefully.
The one thing we have done is give ourselves the best backing and the best service we could do, really.
It's a 24-hour race now. It's going to need a lot of luck.
Skill, preparation and luck. Our teams now need a healthy dose of all three as it's time for the main event. As the clock ticks through the first minutes, typically chaotic opening laps ensue as the teams fight to establish positions early on. And with teams Germany 1 and 2 taking top qualifying spots, is it a case of home advantage or a more philosophical view?
If you have many problems, you lose, and if you have not so much, you can win.
A few hours in and the battle scars are beginning to appear. Be it lapses in concentration or competition pressure. Several teams have early repair work and must act quickly to get back in the race.
Another concurrent crashed on the back of our car and broke the triangle.
And on the other side of the pits, a very British version of the same problem.
Yeah, someone hit us up the arse.
Once the pit crew have identified the problem, it's a race against the clock to fix and refit new parts. For the team to work effectively, they need to establish clear communication with all members. But when a team's car stops running, pulses begin to race and stress and panic set in. Some teams implement a radio system to stay ahead of the game.
Well, the intercoms are pretty much just to go between marshal, pits and driver, so if the driver's got an issue with the car, you can radio in and say, issue with car coming in for pit. Just to speed things up a little, everyone knows what's happening.
Other teams rely on the more traditional method of shouting. In the midst of the melee, one team's laid-back approach stands out. Czech Republic, who seem to have a comfortable second place and are catching up.
with 4 or 5 laps behind the first.
Yeah.
And we are getting smaller gap behind the first. So we'll see.
So
it's going good.
But moments later, and trouble strikes. A collision has caused damage to Czech Republic's front shocks, and the team must leap into action. The pit crew meet with the mechanic who has the replacement part ready. And at breakneck speed, they refit, restart, and get back on the chase for top position. It's all in a day's work for Czech Republic.
Fast and Furious.
As the afternoon draws on, rain begins to fall, bringing with it more challenges for our teams to overcome. The wet surface makes controlling the Bajas tougher. The dirt can clog up the buggy's moving parts, plus the covering of mud and water can add an extra 2 kilos, but the Bajas don't show any signs of slowing down. Team Germany 1's driving skills keep them in the lead for much of the afternoon, lapping back markers again and again. The super cool Czechs continue to hold their own and gun for first place. Many teams are struggling, including top qualifiers Germany 2, who seem to be slipping down the positions. But something's not right.
They have a problem with the transponder. It didn't count and they don't find what it is.
The race timing system hasn't been counting a number of teams' laps correctly.
Yeah, they're just looking and they don't find the problem. They change it with another one, but it also doesn't count. So.
And more teams are having the same problem. With the problem escalating and teams up in arms, the race organisers are forced to take radical action. The timing sensor, which is buried in the track, has malfunctioned and only counted teams' laps intermittently.
Every race meeting is going to have its problems. We certainly had our fair share of problems with the timing equipment, which forced us to pause the race, have a few meetings with the team managers, and do some repairs to the track just to keep things rolling.
With the race suspended, the team managers would take a vote and resolve to add half of the current laps to the final result. So as the sun sets over the Camp for Fun off-road park, the race staff work tirelessly to make repairs while the teams await the all clear to get back out on the track. "9 p.m. and the race restarts. Now it's dark and the track temperature has plummeted, but there's no time for drivers to adjust. Breaking ahead of the pack in this uneasy situation will help teams boost their position. And whilst a percentage of the laps already run will be added to the final standings, this is a second chance to get off to a good start. As many teams were aware, the night driving stage would be the most challenging yet.
I think that the night will be a challenge for all of us.
To pass the night. Pass the night.
Yeah.
If we are running at 8 o'clock morning, it's okay.
The track keeps changing every half an hour, new bumps and everything.
Well, for me it's difficult to drive in the darkness.
The back straight you don't see it, you don't see the tires, and it's really hard. You have to go I don't know, 5 times to learn the track.
Yeah. Mechanic, no problem. It's just a human problem.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
But as you'd expect, all our teams came well prepared.
Yes, you see, the Dutch, they have always a good, very nice barbecue.
We took a long nap.
Adrenaline keeps us going.
We got sneakers.
We have some sausages left,
And we got Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Another Red Bull.
Coffee.
Actually, Rockstar.
Mars.
cup of coffee, and well, have fun.
One team evidently not relying on energy drinks are the new leaders, Czech Republic.
You appear to be leading at the moment, and here you are with your feet up.
Just relax.
Yeah, just relaxed. Can you just tell us what the current strategy is with the team?
Same like in the beginning, so go smooth and no mistakes and no crashes, so easy.
Easier said than done. It's not just the elements that are changing, but also the track. Constantly. In fact, in this race, every lap is a different experience. Weighing in at 10 kilos and tearing across the landscape at around 40 miles per hour, the Bajas have a serious impact on the surface. So, a team is reshaping and maintaining the track throughout the whole race. Jan Ackerman built the track especially for this event.
We only have 2 days because there's no permanent track. We must make it in 2 days, and so we make the best.
The team managers had mixed opinions on this year's track.
On the first side, we didn't like the track very much.
Oh, it's perfect. It looks wonderful.
It's very, very easy. I expect something more difficult.
The track is much better than last year.
It's not going to be any fun when it's wet like this, none at all.
So we need to adjust to the track, not track to us.
No, we don't have time to sleep.
One thing that both drivers and marshals agree though, on this track, at night, concentration is a matter of survival. As the temperature continues to fall, fatigue begins to take its toll, and our teams begin to show the strain. Increasingly erratic driving makes the marshals' lives even harder as buckling drivers struggle to steady themselves. Poor judgment leads to more frequent crashes that become even harder to fix in the adverse conditions. With 12 hours to go, Germany 1 are in first place with Czech Republic and Holland biting at their heels. Further down the standings and the battles are even more intense. And in the dead of night, the pits are about to be gripped by chaos. Team GB1 have suffered water damage to their radio gear and must swap out their receiver. Top qualifiers Germany 2 have continued their rotten luck and now find themselves in 11th place with shock damage to contend with. Enter Team Poland 1 with significantly more at stake and fighting the Estonians for 4th place and spitting distances from those all-important podium places. The chief Poland mechanic barks orders at his crew as they rush to emerge from a bad crash and replace their front end. Fighting for space, fighting to be heard, and aching to get back in the race. As one team sprints back to the track, another hits the pit table, knowing that lap after lap, the race is getting away. But for all those involved, the suspense is mounting. All but 2 of the teams survived the night. Team UK2 had only 3 members and not enough parts to see them through. Also, last year's winners Hungary were a shock dropout and would be the only other team not to finish. In the early hours, Germany 1 regained the lead briefly, but lost it again to Czech Republic, whilst Holland and Slovenia battled hard for 3rd position. And in a race that in the end was more about never giving up, Iceland again proved to be one of the toughest teams.
When the sun was coming up, there's shadows on the tracks. Was looked like the tires or cars were on the track. So
overall, how do you guys feel after driving all night?
Tired.
Tiredness and the early morning shadows also led to uncharacteristic problems for our leaders. Czech Republic have been involved in a collision, and this time there's no avoiding the pits. With the time leeching away and 2nd place Germany 1 edging closer by a lap every 30 seconds, Czech Republic refit the damaged parts in record time and get back on track without losing their position. And as the end approaches, the Czechs are in defence mode.
The last minute, the last second is going to be.
I feel pretty good now. Like 4 o'clock this morning, I was
With the final laps approaching and the high spirits spreading through the pits, a chance to reflect.
Yeah, I'll be buying loads of badges now. V2s, everything.
My precious.
So you look pretty fresh.
The team's been quality. Everyone's been real good. It's, you know what I mean. We had a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Next time we'll do some different planning.
Yeah.
Just, like I said, you just got to keep counting laps because it's an endurance.
And the laps didn't stop as the teams continue to surge onwards for the finish line. As home team Germany 1's stunning driving skills deliver them a solid second place, ahead of the determined Holland 1, who overcame every obstacle to take third. But the cool game plan of one team paid off. After a whole day and night and 1,534 laps, Czech Republic arrives in remarkable condition as the winner of the Baja Endurance Challenge 2009.
We don't have troubles with the car. We just make only small fixes like with the tape or with some cable binder, so no problems.
Okay.
And the secrets of our winner's success?
Try to keep everything in a good shape.
Everything must be prepared perfectly.
Don't overrush.
It's not so important to be fast, but it's important to be easy to drive the car.
And stay calm.
Yeah, it's been a lovely weekend, in all honesty.
Yeah, that was a wonderful race.
The weekend was great.
It's a great race.